So I was out here yesterday and with a friend of mine, and we were trolling. And it was funny, we started trolling, we were in 120 feet of water, and after half hour or so, we sort of discovered that, actually it was maybe more, it took us an hour to figure it out, but we started seeing bait fish, but all the bait fish were in the 80 to 90 foot range, between 70 and 90 feet. And we thought, you know what, maybe we ought to move in. So we moved in and to see if we couldn't get into a little bit shallower water, and that's where we started bumping into the fish. And we actually caught 8 yesterday while we were out. And so I thought, well, you know, I'm going to come out again this morning, but I'm going to try jigging today rather than trolling to see if that makes a difference. So we're going to see how it goes. The other thing I will admit that I've done is I brought some scent out, and it's actually salmon targeted, but supposedly they use salmon roe in making it, so maybe it'll be fishy and maybe it'll result in something happening. So we're going to drop the lure, and I'm going to keep an eye on my screen to see what's going on. Lure's headed down. There's a fish down there already. He's come to take a look. So he came to look at it. Oh, and he hit it. That's interesting. First drop. That doesn't happen very often. He was, I saw him suspended, and I thought, well, that'd be interesting if he sees it. And he actually did see it. He came right after it. He's not very big, I don't think. Oh, he's a good eating size one, and I had promised my daughter I would bring one in for that. Now, if I can just get him up here. Okay, that's pretty cool. And he dropped off. That was a stocked fish. I think it was the left front fin was stunted, which means that they clipped it before they stocked the fish. I haven't measured him. I'll measure him a little bit later. I don't have to measure him right at the minute since I'm keeping him. I'm keeping track of all the fish I catch for the DEC. But my daughter is planning on a fish curry tonight, and while I had a couple of fish that we kept yesterday, she wanted a little bit more, and so I thought, well, I'll come out and see if I can't catch one that's a keeping size. You know, the bigger ones aren't so good, but one that size is actually not too bad. So let's drop this again and see what else is going on. That was a fish, believe it or not. I made the mistake of trying to set the hook, which was a mistake. One thing I learned out here, when you're jigging, you don't set the hook, you just keep reeling. And if they're interested and they don't get hooked, they may just keep after it and keep coming. So with any kind of luck, that's what's going on. Time will tell. So jig's almost at the bottom. There's still fish down there, so there's a school of bait fish down there. When I can stop this, I'll let you know. I'll explain. I didn't realize it before when I looked, but we're actually in 86 feet of water, but it almost looks like the bottom is there. But what the bottom is that solid line, and all of that above it is a big school of bait fish that are right down there. So, and there was something that tapped it on the previous drop, but with a school that big, it's hard to tell. I mean, it's entirely possible that any fish that are down there are so preoccupied with all those bait fish that they're going to ignore what I'm dropping. But on the other hand, what I'm dropping may be just distinctive enough that they'll go after it. So, for those of you who've been watching my channel, you've probably heard me talk about the Hydra. What I'm using as a tail is actually one of the Hydra tails that came, that I have a large supply of, so I didn't have to make them. And this one's sort of an interesting color. It's fire tiger. It's got a green back with a yellow midsection and a red stomach, or a orange stomach. And it seems to be a decent color. I've caught fish on it. So I thought I would give them a try anyway, since I have a huge supply and I don't have to make them. I have other ones with me that I've made, and if this one ceases to be active, I'll switch.